Did you by chance watch the Money in the Bank that just happened a couple of days ago?
Yeah, I saw the main event.
Okay, okay. So I didn't. I watched the Money in the Bank match and then the main event as well, and then put that FF button to work. Now, so I'm assuming everybody's seen it, but it's not really the finish that I'm talking about. Um, I'm going to make a statement. You agree or disagree? The Usos are something good. I mean, they're awesome, right?
They they used to bore the shit out of me, and
Right.
now they are. I can remember Harper even saying, "Bro, I can't stand the Usos no more," because the gimmick was stale. But at this point in their careers, I love watching them. I love the
Yeah.
promos,
The
especially from
facials.
the they're not fat, but the slimmer one. I forget that's
I think
Jay.
that's Jay.
His promos are exceptional. I
Uh-huh.
love watching them, dude. They have turned the corner with me. They are
Yeah.
great.
I never had a bad feeling towards them. It was just kind of like they were there. But man,
Right.
they're on it now. Now let me ask you a question because this is where I'm going with this. I saw something out on the Twitter when it was working the other day and not shut down for data scraping.
Oh
And
God, that
that's a different story with that fake genius over there
don't get
running
me
that
started
show.
on Twitter.
Right. So anyway, I saw something and somebody out there, one of the many people that inhabits that cesspool of Twitter say, "How come y'all get mad when the Young Bucks throw a million super kicks, but you don't say anything when the Usos do it?"
One of our listeners said that.
No, 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 just somebody.
Oh, okay, just some random asshole on Twitter.
Some random asshole, right?
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, yeah.
So what would I have my answer? Well, what my response would be. I'm interested in what your answer would be and why it's okay for the Usos to drop these super kicks on folks and the Young Bucks. It's not okay because it's there's a difference.
Well, back when I saw the Young Bucks weekly in ROH, because I mean, to be fair, I don't watch them every single week in AEW.
Sure.
They damn near start a match with super kicks. So like their
Right.
super kicks were out of hand. They would be damn near starting a match with it, and before the match was over, the whole gimmick was super kick party. I mean, they throw 20 super kicks a piece, and they threw so many it didn't mean anything. The Usos ain't throwing super kicks like that. They ain't starting a match with super kicks.
Okay. I agree with all that. Now I do think the Usos overused the super kick, but they get a pass. And they don't start matches like that. And there's so many times they've thrown a super kick in the last like 6 months where I pop because it's part of the story. And that's where I'm headed. The Usos get a pass because their storyline is one of the best storylines of all time. And they are generally knocking everything out of the park. The Young Bucks just get out there and throw things around. It doesn't mean anything. We're not going anywhere with it. And it doesn't mean shit.
Their diehard fans will tell you otherwise, but I totally agree with you.
There's no emotional investment. And you can't, well, you just like tell me I like WWE so much. Me?
No, that's the
Doc?
furthest thing.
Right. And we just said that we had a negative to neutral feeling about the Usos in the past, and now they've turned it on. Why did they turn it on? It's not the super kicks, it's the story.
I agree. You're not going to get a disagreement from me.
And
It's a
and
story.
here's the thing. And here's the thing. That storyline still works. Here's why. I tuned in to see what was the latest installment. The boy was like playing video games in the room and like, man, this is bullshit. Might have actually just said it that way. Roman's going to do something crazy and win because that's what he always does. And even Mrs. Doc, who, she'll sit down for things every once in a while, was like, well, let's see what they're doing because she finds this an interesting story. And the schmaz came and the Latrell was like, see, here we go. Always. That's why I hate Roman. But you don't not care about Roman. You hate Roman. And then they swerved him when they pinned him. And he was like, "Oh, I didn't see that coming." Hmm. So you got the 11-year-old know-it-all. I can't believe this shit's fake. I don't know why I like it. And he got invested. You got Mrs. Doc, who, would prefer wrestling not exist, a little invested. And I checked in when I had time and fast forwarded to it to watch that part. And that's
Yeah.
why the Usos can throw super kicks and the Young Bucks need to go away.
They still don't throw as many as the Young Bucks, though.
I know they throw a bunch, but it doesn't bother me like it does watching the super kick party.
Yeah, the Bucks are pathetic, though, dude. They
They
throw
are.
they throw way too many. It's just it means nothing. And
I
then
mean,
it
I remember
throws.
the first time I saw them come out on Impact and they were Generation Me and they were trying to act all cool. And I was like, is this a rib? Who are these two jobbers? I mean, they look like an update on the Mulkeys. Uh oh. Uh oh. This will
Yeah,
be
I
the
don't
soul. Oh,
think that's
you
my
got.
mother. I think that's my mother-in-law, actually.
Okay, well, she owes everybody a beer. Go tell mother-in-law she shouldn't have married Pop
You're
Pop,
stealing
and
that from
and she
Austin.
owes everybody out there listening a beer.
You're stealing that from Austin.
Yeah, well,
Isn't
everybody's
that what he
stealing.
used to do? What did he used to do? The phone would beep or something, and he was like,
I
"I owe
can't.
y'all all a beer."
Yeah,
Wasn't it
but
something like
but
that?
I mean, everybody steals from us, so I guess it's okay for us to steal from them.
Yeah, I was just trying to remember what he used to do.
So I just wanted to bring that up. I know we don't normally cover these kinds of things on the Clash coverage, but I saw that the other night, and then I saw the resulting crap on Twitter, and I was like, man, I don't compare what the Usos are doing to what the Bucks are doing, other than that they both are drawing a check from wrestling. That's about it.
Well, you're not a WWE, like I always like to say, you're not a WWE apologist either. You don't make excuses for the dumb stuff. You call it like it is. When they do something dumb, you're like, yeah, that was pretty dumb.
Hey, I putting the money in the bank on Damian Priest. I forgot his name for a second. I was about to call him Punishment Martinez.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't see that coming.
yeah,
But you know what? It's good.
it's
It's
all right.
fine. Whatever.
I'm down with
I
it.
mean, I wanted LA Knight, but you
Yeah,
don't always get what you
that
want, right?
guy's a star.
He's a star. He is. He's a
Man,
star.
Mrs. Doc walked through the room and goes, "Who's that?" I was like, I was telling her, I was kind of telling the story, and she goes, "The people get up when he does something." I was like, "Yeah."
Sure do.
She's
They
like,
sure
"He's
do.
he new," and I was like, "He's 40." She's like, "How can he just be getting his going and be that old?" I was like, "Man, you ain't ever too old to get your day."